Welcome back to Legends in the Making, where we are redefining business success by aligning purpose, people, and profits. I'm your host, Erin Sarles Bowers, entrepreneur, shamanic mentor, and practitioner, and founder of Ignite, Elevate, Ascend Consulting. In each episode, I'll be sharing snackable insights that will inspire you to lead with clarity, power, and heart. We'll dive into actionable strategies, real world stories, and metaphysical teachings to help you unlock the infinite potential of your business, your people, and yourself. Are you ready to turn your business into a legend in the making? Let's dive in. And today we are talking about quantum leadership, micro shifts with macro impact. So think about this. What if the smallest shift in your leadership energy could spark a quantum leap in your organization's success? And we have that ability. We are the creators of our reality, and we can make tiny micro level adjustments in focus, in mindset, in understanding which place that we're acting from and what's our alignment to create exponential ripple effects. And, quantum physics is really outside of my realm of expertise. But one of the fundamental things that I do know about quantum physics is even the tiniest energy fluctuations can lead to massive changes. So those same principles apply. Small, intentional leadership shifts can drive breakthrough growth. So if in quantum physics, if even the smallest change in energy can transform an entire system, imagine what that could do for your leadership. So that's such a great thing to ponder. Sometimes we think we have to go take such big action in order to get incredible results. But sometimes it's the smallest shifts within ourselves that unlock a massive transformation that can then lead to enormous outcomes. So, we've heard of the butterfly effect, where when a butterfly flaps its wings in the south, it changes the wind currents in the north. Like, we are all energy. We're part of the universe. We're part of this quantum game that we're all a part of. And we don't realize the small, minute things that each one of us are doing at any given moment has a tremendous ripple effect out into the universe. It can be something as simple as a smile and a good morning when you walk into work that could change the trajectory of the whole day. And so where you're at and how you choose to then align and act from that place, even if it's a small, like, I'm going to say hi to everybody I see today and smile. Like, it can be as small as that then changes the outcome of the whole day. So many of you, I'm sure, have heard of the law of attraction and the concept of exponential growth. And what the law of attraction really is teaching us is that we are attracting what we are. So tiny shifts in energy compound over time and lead to significant breakthroughs. So think about that. Like, if you think about, if I make a tiny shift, if I just wake up every morning and think about all the things that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for my breath. I'm grateful for my eyesight. I'm grateful for my family and friends that surround me. I'm grateful for a healthy body that I get to go work out with. What all those things, when you start to see the infinite goodness, you will start attracting infinite goodness. So how can you apply these small shifts into your leadership to have a quantum outcome? And we just really don't think about how small certain actions can be that then can create a ripple effect that's like you just dropped a boulder into a pond and it radiates out. Oftentimes we're dropping little pebbles, but there's still a ripple out effect. So don't think about what's the size, think about what's the impact. And so things that we do as shamanic practitioners, as other energy workers, because we're all energy, is really aligning our energy. So what if some micro shifts you could put into your leadership? What if you put in to your practice a daily mindful practice? Taking 5 minutes when you get to the office, smile, walk in, say hi to everybody, but then take time to ground yourself and set your intentions for the day and decide what's the impact you want to leave at your office or at your workplace for the day. Take a few minutes, arrive early, get yourself set up for success. Take a few minutes, breathe in, set your intentions, do some visualization work of all the great things that are going to be accomplished throughout the day through you because you're in alignment. Take breaks throughout the day. Have energy refocus breaks on your schedule. You know what? I'm going to take 5 minutes. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to walk around maybe my office, whatever it might be, to discharge that energy and allow it to be released so that you can reset for the day. Do you journal at the end of the day to leave everything at the office, to reflect on all the great things that did and think about what are the things that you want to do tomorrow when you arrive back there that will set greater intentionality for tomorrow and that day, as well as you've also acknowledged what needs to be done for tomorrow, and you're not then taking that home, with you to whether it's a spouse, a partner, family, you name it. It's like, you know what, I concluded, here's what was great today at work, here's what we're going to focus and tackle on tomorrow, and all is well. There's nothing that my mind needs to be thinking about while I'm now at home until I show up here tomorrow. So, when I think about these small practices, when I work with leaders and help them really integrate these practices, and it takes discipline. You can't do it for one day and then stop the next day. You have to make this a habit, just like you make eating a habit, just like you make eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner a habit. These practices have to be you have to be just as committed to them, because they're shifting and focusing your energy is the biggest game changer that you can have. Rather than being at the whims of what's going on, you're actually coming into a place of centeredness and actual control and realizing that you are the creator of your reality. So what actions then you decide to take come from that place. So, imagine your leadership energy, and I've said this a lot, is a pebble dropped into a pond. The ripple extends far beyond the initial impact. And so it's so important that leaders take the time to think about every action, everything that you're doing is a pebble. And what is the impact you want that pebble to have throughout the organization? What do you want your ripple effect to be? Do you want it to be one that's positive? Do you want it to be one that's negative? What do you want your ripple effect to be? You are in choice there. And so there's such an opportunity. If you're not in a great space, that's the time to know I need to pull back. I need to get myself centered before I drop that pebble in the pool and the ripple goes out, because we can't take it back. We often forget that once we act in whatever place we act from, we don't get to pick up the rock and go, oh, hey, I didn't throw you in the river. Like, never mind that. And we like to do that a lot. Like, oh, I'm sorry. No, every action that you take, there is a ripple effect. There is an intentionality behind it. We are under the laws of cause and effect within the universe. What's the cause? And what's the place I'm acting from? And then what's the effect I'm going to get? And there is such a huge opportunity to slow down and think about, like, is what I'm about to do, is what I'm about to say going to have a positive ripple effect? And if the answer is no, that's where you have to then stop yourself, get aligned, come back into alignment, and decide what is right action here? What is the right thing to say? And maybe it is no action at all. It's just stillness. Be still. There is something in stillness that's equally as powerful as action. And so, are there opportunities to be still? So, every small intentional adjustment in your leadership mindset compounds over time, creating a quantum leap in your performance. If you became so presenced in the now and self-aware and identifying where you're acting from, the exponential growth that you would have in your leadership and the results that you would have within your organization would transform. They would transform. You would not recognize who you are. And that's how powerful we are as beings. That small micro level shifts can create a macro level impact. And so how do you harness those small changes to drive exponential growth? So I would love to hear from you. Think about one tiny shift you could make today to align your leadership energy. What impact might that have on your organization? DM me Quantum if you want to start making micro shifts that will lead to macro level breakthroughs in your leadership in your business. Ditch the ordinary, unleash the legendary, because even the smallest change can create a ripple effect of success. So thank you again for tuning in to Legends in the Making. If today's episode inspired you, be sure to subscribe, rate, and review. And don't forget to share this podcast with other leaders, visionaries, and change makers who are ready to elevate their business, align their purpose, and ignite their own legendary journey. If you're ready to take the next step, head to our website, Ignite, Elevate, Ascend Consulting, or follow us on social media for more tools, resources, and upcoming events. And until next time, remember, legends aren't born, they're built. Keep leading with purpose, aligning your vision, and always ignite the legend within you.